You find your purpose, your calling, your values, your people, your partner, your likes, dislikes, taste, personality, everything by following your intuition. You become your authentic self by following your intuition. Intuition is a hardly touched upon concept in human life, but it plays a huge role in guiding us and in helping us become who we are meant to be in this lifetime. Let's talk about it in today's video. Before we start, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, or if you would like to join any of my monthly group coaching sessions, click the link in description. We all have this inner voice inside us, this inner knowing inside us that guides us. But we often ignore that voice because maybe we don't know what intuition is, or some people don't know how to identify that inner voice. And some people don't even know that there is this guidance that can come from inside instead of outside. In this video, I'm going to tell you what intuition is, how you can identify your inner voice, and how to tune yourself better so you can listen to your intuition in a better way. So firstly, for people who don't know what intuition is, think of it like a guidance system, okay, that has been planted inside us, that is there to very subtly tell us this is the right direction or this is what we are meant to do, right? And if we follow this inner voice, this inner intuition, it will lead us in the right direction. It will take us to who we are meant to be in this lifetime. And this guidance system is already there inside us. We don't have to search it in the outside. If you want to know what your life path is, you don't have to search it on the outside. It's there inside you. All you have to do is just listen to it. And that's what intuition is here for. If you have never experienced intuition, intuition can feel like bodily sensation sometimes. It can feel like mental images that you get, some flash of images that you get. It can be this voice that you constantly hear inside you. It can be a gut feeling that you feel about something. Right? Intuition can talk to you in many ways, but it talks to you in a language that only you can understand. But in order for you to listen to it, you have to tune inside, you have to listen to yourself. So intuition is simply a guidance system that probably the creator, God, placed inside us. If we listen to it, if we tune in, and if we give it attention, we can take the steps that it is asking us to take and reach our full potential, can reach the place that we are meant to reach in this lifetime. That's what intuition is. And how do you identify this intuition? How do you identify this inner voice? Because sometimes it can be confusing to understand what this inner voice is. We have two voices inside us. One from your mind, which is usually negative, which is full of doubts and confusions and what ifs and worst case scenarios. And this voice is usually really loud. And the second voice comes from your heart. This voice is neither positive nor negative, but it's more neutral. It gives you a sense of knowing. It doesn't confuse you. It doesn't give you doubts. It just gives you statements. It doesn't talk to you in what if questions. It gives you statements. It's a sense of knowing. It's just like, this is it. This is what you're supposed to do. Don't do this. Or it kind of gives you like a command or a statement for you to do, and even before doing it, you just know that this is the right thing to do. And this voice is usually very subtle and calm and composed, which is why we often overlook this voice and we go with the voice that comes from our mind. And this voice you get from your heart is what we call intuition, your inner knowing. Now, this voice is important for us to reach the place that we are meant to reach in this lifetime. Sometimes we think that this is what we want, but that's not really what we need. Maybe sometimes it's possible for us to want the wrong things. I have wanted wrong things in the past, which later I realized was not the right thing for me to do. And every time I come to a point where I realize that I have been going in the wrong direction, I will just be able to reflect and see that I did not listen to my inner voice. Instead, I went ahead with all the distractions I had, all these voices from my mind, the social media, the people around me. And this has happened a few times in my past. Anytime I go in a wrong direction, it usually because I either listened to all the other voices instead of listening to my inner voice. But every time I listen to my inner voice, this inner knowing, it has always led me in the right direction. And I can give you an example from my own life. And I think I've given this example like 100 times before, but Maybe if you're listening it for the first time, here we go again. So it's again about how I got into all of these things when I was back in college doing my final year. And there was this really tough time in my life when I was really sad. I was crying almost every single day, and I was lonely, I was miserable. And that was the time I stumbled upon some book reviews. When I was seeing those videos of book reviews on YouTube, I had this urge inside me to buy self-help books. Before that point, I have read books, but those were like fiction. I've never really gotten into non-fiction and self-help. So that was the first time I had this urge slightly to read books. And I went with that urge. That was a direction that came inside from me. I went with that urge. I bought a few books. I started reading, and then I was so like mesmerized by it. I was so energized by it. So I started buying more books. I started reading more self-help, and you wouldn't believe, right after I started reading these, wanted to do a small experiment kind of, where not experiment. I wanted to do a small research kind of. So I just went to all the rooms in my hostel. So I was in like the girls' hostel, right? I would go to the rooms and I would ask them a few questions like, have you ever read a book? What do you think about self-help? Would you spend money on self-help courses? I don't even know why I asked them those questions, but I did that. I had that urge to do it. And then COVID hit. I came home and there was an urge to start a YouTube channel. Like, you wouldn't believe, I never thought about starting a YouTube channel before that. But I had that urge to do YouTube videos, to do Instagram videos. And I followed that urge. And then there was an urge for me to coach people. I did that. There was an urge for me to do social service. I did that. All of these things have been consistently with me through the last 5 years. My Instagram, my YouTube, my social work community, my coaching, everything has stayed with me for the last 5 years. And all of these came to me from my inner knowing. Like, step by step, I was guided through this. But there were also things that I did in the last few years which did not last. I would have started it, but then I would have quit, probably because it did not come from my inner knowing. It came from my sense of, wanting to do something, feeling like I'm falling behind, feeling like I'm not doing enough, or taking inspiration, or like taking this influence from the outside world, social media and all of that. If I look at the last 5 years of my life, there is a clear distinction between the things that came from my intuition, my inner knowing, and all those things have stuck with me till now. But everything that I did from outside influence, from my sense of fear, from my sense of, not being enough, or not making enough, or not having enough success, all of those things have faded away, right? I have come to a point now where I realize that following my intuition is really, really important. And before doing anything, I have to ask myself like 10 times, is this something that I really want to do? Is it coming from my heart, or is it coming from my mind? And like I said, there is a clear difference. If it comes from your mind, it's really loud, it's really chaotic, it's confusing, it's full of doubt. If it comes from your heart, right, even if that thing feels difficult, even if that thing feels fearful, or even if it's something that you're doing for the first time and you have no idea how to do it, there would be a very calm sense of knowing, or this subtle voice that still continues to tell you that do it, do it, do it, And this is how intuition has played a part in my life. Today, I don't act on my urges very quickly because I want to take some time to see if it is coming from my mind or my inner voice, inner knowing. And only when I know that there is this constant nudging, and it comes in a very subtle way, and it just pushes me to do that. It pushes me in that direction. I do that. So before doing anything, I think many times if it is coming from my mind or my intuition. Now, coming to the next section, how do you develop your intuition? First of all, you don't really need to develop your intuition because it's already there inside you, but it's probably dormant, it's inactive, like an unused muscle. And all you have to do is do these 5 things that I'm going to tell you to kind of tune in and improve that muscle, to make it a bit more better, so you can listen to your intuition in a better way. Number one is to become sensitive of your senses. Now, like I said, intuition talks to everyone in different ways. For some people, it's mental images. For some people, it's a voice that they hear inside them. For some people, it could be bodily sensations, like you are in a place and you feel a strong sensation in your body that you have to do this. And sometimes when you're with certain people, you feel the sensation in your body that makes you want to stay away from them. So for some people, it's bodily sensation. And for some people, it's a gut feeling, right? You have this gut feeling, and immediately with that, you have this sense of knowing that I should do this or I shouldn't do this, I should pursue or I shouldn't pursue. So intuition talks to people in their own way. So how my intuition talks to me is different from how your intuition talks to you. It's a very unique personal communication. And one of the ways in which you can tune it or make it better is to become more sensitive of your senses. Like, you need to know if you're hearing something inside you, or if you're seeing some mental images, or if you're getting some bodily sensations. You have to become more sensitive of your senses. And in order for you to do that, there are two things you can try. One is journaling. Every day, sit down and write what you felt in that day. Simply what you felt throughout the day. Like, something good happened, how did you feel? How did it make you feel in your body? What was going through your head? What did you see in your mind? What was the inner monologue? And what was the bodily sensation? If you're feeling something bad, or if the day was not that great, again, sit and write the same thing. Like, what were you feeling in your body? How did it make you feel? Did you feel a sense of stress in your head? What were the thoughts that were going in your mind? So try to journal everything that happens inside you. Okay, intuition is all about you and what happens inside you. It never comes from the outside. So there's nothing you can do on the outside that will help you improve your intuition. Everything is from the inside. And the second thing you can try is meditation. And by meditation, for this particular scenario, I don't mean that you have to sit in, like, try to keep your thoughts away, just focus on one thing. That's not the meditation I'm talking about. For this particular thing where you want to understand and be sensitive of your senses, this meditation is simply that you sit, close your eyes, and just sit with yourself. Like, if you're having a lot of thoughts inside your head, that's fine. But become aware of those thoughts. See what those thoughts are. See what they're communicating to you, and try to understand, like, why they're here or what they're trying to tell you. If you feel a sensation in your body, just try to be aware of it. Just sit with yourself and see what is happening inside you. And this is something that a lot of people simply cannot do. People simply cannot sit and be with themselves for 5 to 10 minutes. How do you expect to improve your intuition without sitting with yourself for 5 minutes? How do you even expect for you to trust yourself if you can't sit with yourself for 10 minutes? Meditation is a great practice, irrespective of whatever we are speaking, right? So sit with yourself and try and understand and try and see what's going on inside you. All the senses, all the feelings, all the emotions, all the thoughts. Just try and observe what's going on inside you. That's number one. Number two is have a notebook with you. And anytime you have this gut feeling, right? Gut feeling about something, just make a note of it right there. Don't overanalyze it. Do it before your logical mind takes over, okay? Anytime throughout the day or anywhere, it could be a notebook or it could be your phone notes. Just when you feel that gut feeling about something, that I should do this, I shouldn't do this, or whatever, like whatever your gut feeling is telling you, just make a note of it. After that, did you go through with that gut feeling? Did you do that? Did you follow that? You did not follow that? Doesn't matter. Just make a note of it, okay? And later, just go through all those gut feelings. See what your gut was telling you, but what you actually did, and how they are coming up. Was your gut feeling right? Did it end up happening? Did you do something else and it went in the wrong way? So it would be a great opportunity for you to kind of reflect on your gut feeling and see if your gut feeling has been telling you all the right things, but you have been ignoring it. Number 3 is to notice your thoughts and emotions without attaching to them. And of course, meditation is the practice that's going to help here. Sit down and notice your thoughts, notice your emotions, not just when you're alone, but even if you're outside, even if you're facing difficult situations. Instead of reacting to those situations, just try and observe your thoughts and emotions during that time. It's going to help you tremendously, especially when you observe your thoughts and emotions instead of attaching to them. You will be able to have a kind of wider perspective of your thoughts and your emotions and your entire being. Now, when you're able to see things from a distance, you'll be able to know what they're trying to communicate. You'll be able to see why they are here. But when you attach to them, right, you start reacting to things. Now, for example, let's say you have been trying to, okay, let's take my example, of course. So if you're like me, probably, let's say you're trying to get more followers on social media, okay, to grow on social media. Now, every time you post and you don't see the results that you're expecting, there could be thoughts that says, people don't like you, maybe you're not providing anything worthwhile, maybe you're not meant for this. So all of these thoughts are gonna like come up, right? But the moment you attach with those thoughts, the moment you believe those thoughts, you will start reacting to it, and you will start taking actions from a place of that reaction. For example, you could start trusting those thoughts and be like, okay, if I do this, people are not watching, so I'm going to do something that people will watch. And you will go away from your actual purpose or actual dream, right? Which had actually happened to me in the past. There were times when things didn't work out, so I took a different path and I did something else on social media, because I thought if I do this, then maybe I will get more engagement. And later I realized that I actually kind of took a different direction, and then I had to reroute, come back to my actual direction. That could happen. Or you could actually give up on your dreams, right? You could trust those thoughts and you could give up on your dreams because your thoughts are telling you that. So the moment you attach to those thoughts, the moment you identify with those thoughts, the moment you start believing those thoughts and those emotions, you will start reacting to them. But when you observe them from a distance, when you detach from them and then observe them, you'll be able to see that, what is this trying to communicate to me? What is this trying to tell? Maybe it's trying to tell me that my social media is really important for me. Maybe it's trying to tell me that probably I'm attaching my worth with my social media and I have to probably detach and be secure in my being. So it could be communicating to you some lessons, right? So it can only happen, like you can only take those lessons and you can only understand them when you detach and see them from a distance. Like I said, meditation, of course, is going to help you with this. Number 4 is, if you're constantly overthinking, if you're constantly ruminating about your past, if you're constantly worried about your future, if you're emotionally drained, and if you are surrounded by people who constantly drain you and constantly put you in an emotionally reactive state, then it becomes really difficult for your intuition to help you to come out, right? You have to stop being around people that drain you. You have to stop doing things that drain you. You have to protect your energy. Do the things that only bring you energy instead of taking energy from you. And this involves a lot of things, from the basics like eating well, sleeping well, exercising, spending less time on your phone, spending less time getting more opinions from the outside, right? So that's something that has become a problem today, where anytime you open your phone or YouTube, anywhere, like there's a lot of opinions, a lot of information overload. Social media can be used in a very good way if we are very mindful of it. So just ensure that whatever you see is very tuned to your beliefs and your authentic selves, instead of constantly being bombarded with all types of messages and all types of opinions. And number 5, exclusively saying it again, meditate. Meditation is a great way to improve your intuition, right? So if you have started like basic levels of meditation where you can sit with yourself, even with all the chaotic thoughts and feelings, and slowly you progress towards focusing on one thing and just being there with no thoughts or nothing to disturb you, and you're able to attain that sense of calmness and that sense of serenity, that's a great practice that's going to help you with your intuition, with manifestation, with rewiring your beliefs, with showing you the next path that you have to take, with improving your imagination, improving your life. You can in fact heal a lot about yourself, like your body and your mind, through meditation. There's just immense number of benefits that you can attain. You become less emotionally reactive, you are not so triggered easily by people, and you can stay calm and composed during like really tough situations, these stressful situations. There's just like so many things, so many benefits that I can quote. But because we're talking about intuition, sitting and meditating will help you improve your intuition, and it will also make that voice, that inner knowing, stronger, so that you can't ignore it, right? The more you tune inside, the more you listen to yourself, the more you'll be able to listen to this voice, to listen to this inner knowing. So these are the 5 steps that will help you tune yourself so that you can listen to your intuition better. You and your intuition can work together to kind of build your dream life. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like and give us a subscribe. See you guys in another video. Take care. Bye.